And welcome back. I just realized I've been talking for about 5 straight minutes, and I didn't even start recording. Welcome back to part 3 of What If the Uzumaki clan lived in the leaf. Last time, Naruto was in the gang. We're getting ready for graduation. They'll have their exam. It'll go peachy keen. They're going to graduate. Naruto's not even going to struggle one bit. He's not a genius, but he's academically well off. Two things to address real quick. One, wouldn't the Uchiha try to adopt Sasuke and bring them into the Uzumaki clan? Because Kushina and Minato were either best friends or just good friends. Well, hey, I said that, but to be fair, someone brought up there is no actual proof. They were friendly and probably friends, but best friends? Who knows? But also, Sasuke's pride would probably nix that. And then someone asked, well, Minato would never let the Uchiha massacre happen because he was a true believer in the Will of Fire, would try really. I was like, no, that argument holds no ground because the third Hokage was a true believer of the Will of Fire, and the Uchiha massacre happened under his watch. Now, granted, Sarutobi had been through a lot of wars. He was a lot older, so to be fair, maybe that was just, age and experience and all the things that happened in his life weighing down on him that allowed that to happen. Also, Minato not letting Danzo exist. That's not up for him to. Well, not letting his organization exist. That's not up to him. The Root is a very secret organization to the point where even if he said it can't exist to Danzo, is a sneaky enough bastard that is like, okay, it won't exist, then it exists. So yeah, that doesn't hold any water either. But moving on, everyone passes, woohoo, going on to the next day. But does Mizuki still try to steal the scroll of sealing? Nothing changes about him, honestly, as a person. In canon, he's just stealing it, I think, for himself. In the filler, he's stealing for Orochimaru, but seeing as Orochimaru is dead in this version, even if I wanted to go that route, I'm not going to, for obvious reasons. So he's stealing for himself. He steals it, and, the alarm is sounded. Minato's about to do it, but then someone says, I got this. Don't worry, dear. It's like, you sure, honey? It's like, okay, have fun. Just bring it back before bedtime. And sure enough, Mizuki's doing his thing, and he's like, wow, I can't believe no one's come after me yet. This is almost too easy. And he even says out loud, this is almost too easy. To which he hears a voice, yes, I agree, a little bit. And then all of a sudden, he backs her, like, what? And there he sees Kushina with the scroll in her hands. Like, what? How? Kushina, how did you? Like, please, you did not think Minato would be so careless, careless as to leave this without any sort of security, as she shows the Flying Thunder God seals on him. Now, someone asked me, are the Uzumaki going to be having access to the Flying Raijin, the Flying Thunder God? And I think the answer actually is very much yes. Minato learned a lot of sealing from the Uzumakis. It makes sense. In turn, he teaches them some of the techniques he learned. Now, not every Uzumaki knows this technique. This is even for Uzumakis. The Flying Thunder God, I think, was an advanced sealing jutsu. But Kushina, obviously, the head of the clan Kisuke, and let's put a little spoiler on that, but an obvious one. Naruto will probably eventually learn it, but he does not know it right now. It's very advanced sealing, even for Uzumaki, I imagine. So it's like, damn it, all I gotta do is kill you, is that right? And then I can take the scroll back. Shin just pulls up both giant shuriken. No problem, huh? Well, that's gonna be a problem, because I have a problem with that. All of a sudden, 9 chakra chains come out from her back, and just, it's like, what? It's like, and the fact that you're a threat to the village, Mizuki, is a problem. And all of a sudden, red chakra is also coming off there. She's using some of the Fox's chakra in conjunction with her chakra chains. And it's just a vision of death. Visage. That's the word I was looking for. Of death. She's like, that's something I can't allow. Mizuki is taken out of the equation. So you cut over now to the aftermath and, leading up to the team building, like the actual team announcements. And one thing we got to address, because it is canon that happens, is Konohamaru. Does Konohamaru try to take on Minato for the title of Hokage? No, I don't think so. I mean, he's still honorable grandson, but it's less now that the third is just kind of retired. If anything, I think the third can spend time actually training Konohamaru to be a bit stronger than he is, and not just Ebisu. So I think Konohamaru stays out of it while they're getting the whole pictures taken. Although I could see a fun scenario where he does try to take on Minato, who's just like, ugh. And him and Naruto, again, clash. He's like, you're not going to hit me because the third Hokage is my grandson? It's like, no, I'll hit you regardless. And it's like, who do you, it's like, it doesn't really matter if he's your grandson. But I mean, I'm the fourth Hokage's son. And Konohamaru would hear that and go, oh shit, he pulled rank. I got nothing. Like, I could see it. If he did do it, I could see that playing out, but I don't think Konohamaru would get involved. So that actually fast forwards now like to the night before team announcements, and they're eating family. They're eating family. They're eating dinner with the family. And Kushina, and he's like, "Oh, are you excited for your team announcement?" Oh, you bet I am. So tell me, Dad, who's going to be my team? Who's going to be my sensei? He's like, "Oh, come on, Naruto. You know I can't say that. Oh, come on." Come on, you're my dad. Just between the two of us. Come on. It's like, all right, I'll tell you one thing. And he just leans over and just like, he shouldn't have gotten this close. And just does like a little stink bomb in his hand. Because I could see Naruto obviously rubbing off on his son. Or Minato being rubbed off. Okay. Naruto rubbing off on Minato. And like having a little prankster words and just like does a little smoke bomb. He's like, that's it. Yeah. Nope, not playing favorites on this. Hokage's job. It's like, darn it. And he's like, fine. And they all have a good laugh. And so the day of the team announcements arrives. Naruto gets there early. Everyone's happy. Woohoo. Ino and Sakura. Actually, I mean, they get there on time, but Ino is more occupied with Naruto, whereas Sakura's more occupied with Sasuke. And Sakura, I think, still kind of gets almost barrels over Naruto to get to Sasuke. Although she's not as rude about it. She realizes what she does. Oh, Naruto, I'm sorry. And it's like, it's fine, whatever. It's all good. It's like, Ino's just like, oh, are you okay, Naruto? It's like, oh, yeah, thanks, Ino. Thanks very much. Oh, I'd hate for my future teammate to be hurt on our first day together. It's like, all right, well, I mean, who knows? Naruto, though, does know a little bit, thanks to his dad, knows that him and Ino are not probably going to be on a team together due to the fact that, it's the Ino-Shikucho thing, and that's just a tradition. And sure enough, the teams start getting announced, and they get the Team 7. Team 7, Naruto, Uzumaki. Sasuke, Uchiha. Now, you're noticing I'm saving the third member for last. And they're kind of like, what? They're looking at each other like, well, at least we can work together at least. Because there is respect there. There's mutual respect in this version. Sasuke acknowledges Naruto pretty effectively, and even though Naruto thinks Sasuke's an ass, he acknowledges him. Because not even an ass, he thinks he's a little too high on himself. So, yeah, I mean, he thinks that's what he thinks. But the question is, does Minato look at the teams and think our standard canon team is worth it? Like, it makes sense. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know. Because he knows a team A is a tracking team, and he knows the Ino-Shikucho's got to exist. But Sakura is kind of a weird gray margin. Now, you might be thinking, well, you're going to put another Uzumaki on the team. No, I have other Uzumaki as like OC original characters planned, but they're not going to be on Naruto's team. No. Ultimately, what I decided with is this: Hinata, Hyuga, and Hinata's like, huh? It's like, hey, Hinata, right on, we're going to be on the team together. And Sakura's like, what? It's like, no. And Sakura immediately, I could see, no joke, I could see original version series Sasuke or Sakura kind of be like, what? Why am I not on the team with Sasuke? Don't I have the best grades? Yes, academically, yes. Though physically, you kind of only were barely managing to pass in the rest of the exam. Although you had top scores in the written exam, and the Hokage just felt that this would balance the team out more. Speaking of which, teammates Sakura Haruno, Kiba Inuzuka, and Shino Abaramai. It's like, now. This will actually benefit Sakura, because Kurenai can take an interest in her, because it says she had a knack for Genjutsu, and Kurenai is a Genjutsu mistress. So, yeah, you'll be meeting your teams. There's lunch, and then they got to meet their team. So, Hinata and Naruto do get there and say, hey, why don't we have lunch together? And, just hang out and really, just kind of talk things over. Sasuke, you want to have lunch with us? And Sasuke, to his credit, I think Sasuke would reject them, but actually do it in a more polite manner. He's like, no, thanks, but no thanks. I think I'm just going to eat alone. And I was like, are you sure? I mean, we're going to be teammates. We should at least get to know each other a bit better. I mean, me and Naruto know each other pretty okay, but I mean, we haven't really interacted with you, Sasuke. And Sasuke kind of looks at him, and he's got that twinge of longing. He can tell that these two actually know what they're competent. He knows, no fact, Naruto's competent. But, and Hinata seems to have proved herself enough to make it on the team. But that whole loner streak kicks in. Like, again, thanks, but I'm just going to eat on my own. So, well, all right. Yeah. And, he's like, well, what's, and, I was like, I feel bad for Sasuke. And he's like, and Naruto's a bit more brash, but like, yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him, but he can't, act like this forever. He's got to gotten back to the world of the living. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point of being a ninja if you're just going to act like that? But I don't, I mean, and to which Naruto says, but I mean, going through what he went through, I don't necessarily blame him. And they're a little somber, but then they pick Pep back up and continue on. So how late is Kakashi going to be? Because he does have Minato in this world. He lost Ren and Obito and his dad. But he still has his sensei. He still has a teacher. So I think that shaves off a good hour from our wait time. So he actually shows up relatively within a decent margin of time. I actually could see Minato placing a seal at the Memorial Stone and just checking in when he knows Kakashi's supposed to be somewhere and be like, Kakashi, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, Sensei, getting right there. And then they'd have a moment of mourning, and then he'd boot Kakashi's ass like, get going, you jerk. And so Kakashi shows up. So there you are. Meet me on the roof in 5 minutes. So my name is Kakashi Hatake. My likes and dislikes, and I can say, I like hanging out with Sensei when I can. Sensei, and then Naruto pins it. Wait, you're that Kakashi? You were one of my dad's students. And Kakashi actually says, that's right, actually. I was on the same team. I was on the team that he led back when he was a Jonin. And we've stayed close ever since. So, yeah, I could see that completely. And obviously, you get the whole, what are your likes, dislikes, all that. But here with the team, it's a little different. Naruto says, I like my friends. I like ramen, training, luring new seals. And my dream is to be Hokage. Hinata is not as bad as Sakura. She gets a little blushy, and Kakashi can tell around Naruto. So he can tell she likes him. But, and sorry, I'm feeling a little flushed. I'm okay. It's just I'm very warm, and I think I need a shower. And 1 second. Yeah, I need a shower. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little funky right now. Not going to lie. But you can't smell it. Until the YouTube invents smell-o-vision, you can't smell it. And I'm small in here. You can't tell. You can't tell. You can't. But anyway, it's my day off, so I've kind of just been lounging a bit too much. So Hinata goes, I want to be a great Kunoichi, and obviously wants to, be with Naruto, but that's a bit more like, and I want to prove myself to the person I admire the most. And Sasuke gives his spiel, a little less emo-y, but still emo-y. He's like, great, you all have your own individual skills and or unique perspectives and personalities. Join me at training ground 7 tomorrow at this time. Oh, don't eat anything or you'll puke. And so they go back to their respective houses. Hinata, so Naruto goes, hey, Dad, Kakashi was your student, right? He's like, that's right, he was. Like, do you know what test he's going to give you? Absolutely, I do, and I'm not telling you. And Naruto thinks about it, because he's not stupid. He remembers some of his dad's stories. It's the Bell test, isn't it? What? No, why would it be that? I think because that was the test you gave. I remember you saying you gave your team. It's like, and I was like, crap. It could be, or maybe Kakashi's doing something a bit more innovative. He is such a progressive dude and all that stuff. And even Kushida and Naruto's like, yeah, I am not buying that. And to which Naruto was like, which means the not eating thing means I need to be eating a big dinner today. Man, crap. It's like, Naruto, sorry about that, Kakashi, but that's what I get for raising a smart kid. And then Naruto, again, also says, which means we're going to have to work as a team together tomorrow. And I was like, man, well, I mean, I knew they'd pass anyway, but crap, I really just shot Kakashi in the foot. Meanwhile, back at the Hyuga estate, Hinata, admittedly, Hinashi, who we know is cold to Hinata at this point in time, it's like, Hinata, how was it? You had your team announcements, correct? Yes, father. Who's on your team? Sasuke Uchiha, to which Hiyashi's like, I see. And Naruto Uzumaki, into which there's like, he's maybe doing some calligraphy, and just he pauses a little bit. You have an Uzumaki, Naruto. That's Minato's boy, I see. I understand. Is it, yes, father, is that a problem? Yeah. And to which Hashi kind of pauses, like, no, if anything, this may be good for us. And he nods, like, a little, like, father? And to which Hiyashi, even though he's colder, does explain, because Hinata is still young and probably has never understood it. To be honest, we have never been while we are not enemies with the Uzumaki, well, we have no well, we have no negative animosity towards the Uzumaki. Uzumaki, unfortunately, hold that to us due to our usage of our branding seal. And to which Hinata kind of flinches at the mentioning of that, because she's probably not happy with that practice. They've never fully explained it to us, though it has something to do with it, though it may be due to their pride as seal users themselves. It's also believed that the seal may have been derived from an Uzumaki seal from the beginning of the founding of the village. And that's why they harbor such ill will of our use of it. And to which Hashi, I think, could even actually be a bit more, is actually a bit empathetic. Is like, and to be honest, I can't say I would necessarily blame them for their disdain for it. If I were in their shoes, I'd probably feel the same way. But this is our traditions, and we must uphold them as best we can. And so, now go get some sleep. You'll need rest for your. You'll need to get rest, or rest up for tomorrow. And it's like, yes, father, thank you. Goodbye. And just, well, hopefully this might be able to do something. Having being with a main, or having a main branch Uzumaki on the team could help with the relations a little bit. Because I think Hashi has always wanted a good relationship with the Uzumaki. The Uzumaki are pretty much like, the Hyuga and the Uzumaki are probably at this point like the royalty of Konoha in terms of the clans, and they want to be on good terms. Hell, they've often considered maybe trying to do like some arranged marriages, but unfortunately, the Uzumaki, they're not really fond of that idea. Well, again, only because of their practices. And, if there's an arranged marriage, I mean, a lot of times it's a branch member who would have been branded with a seal. So they're like, yeah, no, thank you. Do something about that seal practice and we'll talk. So yeah. To which, Naruto and, to which, the Hyugas are like, I hope something can be done for us in the future. So you would cut now to the morning of, and honestly, Kakashi will still be late. Again, just not as late as normal. But, Hinata and Sasuke didn't put it together, so they didn't eat. And to which Naruto goes like, hey guys, it's like, oh god, oh wait, oh no, that's right, you didn't know. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, I kind of was able to piece together what Kakashi's test is going to be from our dad, because he was... it's like, you did? It's like, oh, that's right. Kakashi said he was your dad's student. What's it going to be? Yes, well, it's going to be the bell test. And he basically explains what the goal of the test is. We're going to have to work as a team, because Kakashi's no joke. And this Kakashi, I would argue, might be even stronger than our canon Kakashi at the time, due to the fact that Minato's there, and he probably still trains with Minato. So his chakra reserves and control might be even better. He may have actually been able to, we might see, or not, do the Rasengan, like chakra-infused Rasengan like Minato. By the way, spoilers, yeah, Minato has probably figured out how to do the chakra-infused Rasengan 10 years later, 12 years later. Yeah, he's probably done that. But Kakashi probably has a couple more. Is it like the lightning tracking hound the technique? I can never remember. It was the lightning hound jutsu used against pain. I always loved that technique. So he's probably... So he probably got that technique down. He's probably got a couple other techniques that we wouldn't normally see. Maybe dual wielding the Chidori. Like, maybe he can probably get more than 3 shots off a day with his Chidori, personally. Because, again, better chakra control, better reserves. Doesn't have the Mangekyo yet in this version, but he's still probably a stronger version than what we get in the canon. And they say, yeah, no, Kakashi Sensei's no joke, man. Like, he's probably one of the strongest Jonin in the village. By the way, my dad also says that he's kind of late. Normally, kind of just, he shows up at the memorial. He shows up to kind of boot Kakashi out of bed, but he says he's going to make us wait longer, which is good, because you're going to need these. And it's like, what's this? It's like, and he reveals a scroll, just and they're full box breakfasts or whatever. Like, my mom cooked these up for you guys, and it's like Uzumaki, like you get like some good. Honestly, I can just see it like being bacon, toast, eggs, all warm and fresh. Glass some orange juice or like tea in the canteen. It's like, well, but the Kakashi said not to eat anything. Yeah, he said that to make it harder on us. It was all a ploy. Where you're supposed to see underneath, and both Sasuke and Hinata go, and like, yeah, okay, thanks. and I'm like, oh, and then both of them go, this is delicious. Like, your mom's a really good cook. Oh yeah, I know. And he pulls out a bowl of raw. I was like, I was like, what? I only ate breakfast. I can still eat. And they both he's like, oh yeah, they're both like, oh. Eventually, Kakashi shows up. And now they don't reveal they know the whole idea behind the test, but they disappear first when he says to disappear, and then they begin the test. Now, basically, Naruto sends out shadow clones immediately to confound and confuse Kakashi. It's like shadow clones, and it's like, wait, but it's only Naruto. And then they're working together. And Tannen's like, man, he's pretty good too. All of a sudden, he sees a grid. It's like, nope, and a barrier seal pops up as the clones have made barrier seals. It's like that Uzumaki heritage. And dude, that Uzumaki teaching you certainly is scary, Naruto. You haven't seen anything else, and the clones burst into a smoke, into basically a big thing of smoke, and all of a sudden, kunai come out of nowhere, and it's like, you're not sorry, Naruto, but sorry, Sasuke, Naruto, but you're not going to be able to pull the wool over my. And all of a sudden, three of them transforms into Hinata, who's immediately on Kakashi, and he's like, whoa! And Sasuke, who is also immediately on Kakashi, they're both going hand to hand. And I argue whether or not Sasuke is worse than Naruto at this point, because he pushes Sasuke, and Sasuke, at least, honestly, I would say Sasuke was always naturally better at hand to hand than Naruto. He just trained in it longer. I mean, Naruto, by the end of it, was at minimum an equal, or just slightly under Sasuke, but I think Sasuke always held a little bit of an edge, and that was probably due to the Sharingan, to be honest. But, they're going toe-to-toe. Naruto makes a couple more clones. It's like, Kakashi actually is able to substitute out of there. Crap, we almost have. I must say, you are working very well together. To which Kakashi looks at Naruto and is like, tell me, Naruto, did you have a conversation with your father before this? And to which Naruto kind of has a switch. He's like, maybe. I might have. It's like, Minato can't, Sensei never could keep a straight face. So, you know the purpose of the test. And I'll say so far, you're doing pretty well, but you still haven't gotten the bells. We're not, we're far from done yet, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto makes some more clones. It's like, Sasuke, you ready? Because they went over all their abilities, I think, together as a group. It's like, right, got it. It's like, fire style, fireball jutsu. It's like, please, is that the best? Wind style. All of the clones go, great breakthrough. Into which Kakashi hears that and goes, oh shit. Because one fireball was enough that even Kakashi went, that's impossible. And we know wind augments fire. Now, what happens when you have a dozen Narutos using wind jutsu on one big fireball? Boom! Inferno flame jutsu! Collaboration stuff. And which Kakashi actually, because he doesn't want the forest to burn down, actually has to do water style, water vortex, water dragon jutsu. And the dragon just comes in, not to attack, but to block, create steam. To which, they fire, they are firing fire style Phoenix flower jutsu. To which, again, more steam, but this time there's a bunch of kunai lying in wait in there. And, Kakashi is like, oh, not going to fall for that same trick twice, Naruto. As, a couple of the Narutos poof out of existence as the kunai reveal their Naruto. Two more Narutos come in. It's like, is that the, and, it's like, and he just slow. Kakashi just grabs the hand of one of the Narutos, only to feel a pain shoot through his hand. Is that the best you can? What? And it's like, wait. It's like, wait. And all of a sudden, he realizes, crap. And the clone just it poofs. And it's Hinata, who basically, even though it's gentle, they don't use open palms and gentle fist, she still basically just poof. You can still do a gentle fist with your fist. It's not really a gentle fist per se. You know what I mean. He can still do the technique, and he goes, ugh! And that basically allows Naruto to dogpile on him a little bit. And Kakashi now can't do a hand sign effectively with it. He can still probably do it, but it would hurt, and he's got to focus chakra. And yeah, and then that causes them to basically grab on, and finally bells, and then the bell rings. Like, well, I gotta admit, you guys finally got me. Hinata, would you be so kind? Sorry, Sensei. And she just undoes the pressure point. Oh, ooh. I must admit, hiding, disguising yourself as a double transformation. I didn't see that coming. Yep, I figured that one out. The full mom one day. It's like, oh, really? Should I? No, don't tell her that. And so, Team 7 passes. I must admit, I'm very impressed. And she's like, yeah, we'll start our first missions tomorrow. And so that is the end of part 3. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I'll see you next time.